Good evening, everybody. Just to remind you and recap that one, this is going to be a Bible discussion or a Bible chat, however you want to put it. And two, it is from my cousin Michelle's memory verses. Now, to recap where I left off, we were talking about Joshua and how he was marching on A, and that's the name of the city. I can't remember if it's actually Jericho and A is the actual name in the Bible. But anyhow, Jacob has just basically rallied his troops to march. And this is where we are at. This is going to be from Joshua 10:8. And it says here, "The Lord said to Joshua, do not be afraid of them. I have given them unto your hands. Not one of them will be able to withstand you." Now, basically what that is saying is God has basically given Joshua the power to take this city, and that everyone within the city who fights against Joshua will not be able to withstand his forces. Now, in modern day sense, I'm going to try to put it in modern day sense. Basically, what has happened, and this is for everybody. This is not Joshua. We face on a daily basis various obstacles and various oppositions and various forces, whether it's man-made, nature, whatever. To come. I mean, basically, we live in a time where there's all kinds of forces trying to keep us under a dark cloud. God gives us the ability to face those oppositions, those issues, the things that are basically thrown at us to hold us back from whatever. Maybe we want a promotion. There's forces that are trying to hold us back from performing well enough or working hard enough or doing the right things to get that promotion and earn that promotion the right way. With prayer unto God, with faith in God, with knowing that He backs you at every turn, as long as you keep the faith, there is nothing that can withstand you from moving forward. Now, my cousin Michelle, she faced her battles. She faced the cancer that was going through her body. And, I can't say that she lost because, in a sense, she might have lost her body. She might have lost her mind. She might have lost the physical essence that we remember her as. But she gained the ultimate gift. Passage into heaven. Now, under today's pandemic, there are a lot of people out there who are facing what seems to be a losing battle. There has been many a success case where people came out the other end healthy. They might have had to go through their quarantine. They might have had to go through medical treatments. They might have had to go through a lot of hardship of one form or another. And their family is right next to them. I have a brother-in-law, a sister-in-law, and a niece on my my wife's side of the family, who have been, basically they have COVID. Now, my sister-in-law might have gotten it because of her husband, my brother-in-law, and her daughter, because I don't know if her daughter lives with him or not. But the brother-in-law and the daughter, or niece, they did all the proper procedures, wore the mask, did the sanitizing. But the thing is, they worked in public issues, in a hot zone. So right now, we all pray and hope that they come out on the other end healthy and whatnot. Um, Only one of the three has a deficiency, which she's had to deal with her entire life. So she's the one I worry about the most because she's still young. She's in her 20s. She's got her life. Yeah, she's got a lot of things to look forward to. But she is, well, her parent. I don't know her current religious standing. I know that her mom definitely is a devout Catholic woman, or I don't know if she's still Catholic or not. I don't know what her actual denomination is, but she is a believer, and that's all that matters to me. I don't slap labels on people anymore. Um, you know, but back in Joshua's time, their biggest their biggest hardship, besides surviving off the lay of the land, was facing opposition from, you know, I'm trying, the Philistines. Trying to remember historical names and whatnot. But there are issues out there that we face, whether they're issues or situations that have been put in front of us as a test of our faith, or just something out there that we have to conquer in one way or another. And like Joshua, there are things out there that we're supposed to face, but we're supposed to um, persevere and conquer. And a lot of times, God is like, don't fear them. I've basically given them unto you. They will not be able to withstand you or that which stands behind you, whether it's an army of actual people or the army of God. You know, it's a combination of a mindset to be able to face the issue and a faith issue to know that you'll be able to get through it, no matter what the situation, no matter what it is. You might not get through it immediately. It may be something that you have to face trials and tribulations to understand why it's happening, what is happening, and what you have to do to get past it. One of the things I've learned, and this is not even just in the Bible, this is on a combination of things I've read and things that have happened to me throughout my life. For instance, I grew up in the military. So every 3 years, we moved someplace. So one of the things I had to face on a practically regular basis is not only just change, but getting used to my environment, getting used to my area, getting used to new schools, getting used to new people, new faces, being the new guy on a regular basis. And when my father retired from the Air Force, he retired. I say we because we did it as a family. But he decided to retire at Luke Air Force Base, Arizona. And one of the first things that I had to deal with, one of the first oppositions or trials that I had to deal with was being in a classroom with kids who have been there all their life and had negative influences. And one of the particular classmates I had assumed automatically, just because we just came from Germany, that my father was a Nazi and I was being raised as a Nazi and all that garbage. And I had to not only ignore the negative aspect because of his ignorance, but I had to educate him as best as I could without getting into fights. So that was one of the many oppositions I dealt with when first coming back to the States after being in Germany for 3 years. throughout my high school year, or throughout my school years, not just high school, but my school years up until high school, I had to deal with the fact that, one, the military did not know how, back in the 70s and 80s, the military did not know how to diagnose learning disabilities. So I was automatically slapped with the label of being dumb. I had to fight that until my high school years. And I proved in high school that I am far from being just dumb. I might be a little slow when it comes to learning. I might have certain speech issues or writing English, basically English issues. Reading, well, not reading anymore, but writing and punctuation, just things that a lot of us take for granted because those of you who stayed in one location all your life had teachers who can help you correct your grammar. And not that my parents didn't try to help the education system, but it was kind of hard to do with, one, part of my issue was I was hyperactive. I was hyper, I had ADHD, I had dyslexia. I could tell you all the different labels they slapped on me. Now, I might not be as hyper as I was as a kid, but I do have, from time to time, attention deficit disorder. That's not just hyperactivity, it's just the way my brain functions. I'm easily distracted if I'm on a subject that I don't connect with. But over time, through perseverance and various, whatever I had to do, basically, I made it through. I conquered my learning disabilities. I've conquered most of my attention deficit disorder. I've conquered most of my learning disabilities of one form or another. That was one of the things I had to go through to become the person I am today. You might be facing similar issues in your past and whatnot, and one of the things I'm learning now is not to allow my past and all the negative issues and all the labels and all the nonsense that I had to go through in the past to move forward. One of the things I'm learning is insecurities. Insecurities is one of the many things that most people face in one way or another. Now, this is just another obstacle to move forward in life. But you have to face the insecurities of your past to eliminate or deviate or go around whatever insecurities may pop up. The fewer insecurities you have, the less issues, the less problems you have. It's just, it's another thing that we have to face without fear, with trust that God will get us through these issues. So, it's like basically what I'm getting from that passage is, no matter what you face, no matter what's in front of you, no matter what your insecurities or your personal issues or what you see in front of you causing your mind to go, no, I'm not going to be able, no. Quit looking at stuff with tinted glasses. And what I mean by tinted glasses is the negativities from your insecurities, the negativities from what people say, the negativities of what you perceive could be a problem. Face that problem. Take off the glasses. Put on the armor of faith. Grab the shield of glory. Grab the sword of the Lord's word. Fight that issue. Face that issue. Move forward. Cut through it. Whatever you have to do, short of actual physical violence, please don't go that way. But it's a cycle. Everything out there is a psychological battle. even if you see it and you think it's going to be a physical fight, no, it's a psychological it's a psychological battle. We as human beings have a instantaneous fight or flight mindset when facing certain issues. Get rid of the flight aspect. Everything is going, and it's not a fight as in you're going to argue with somebody or you're going to have to fight somebody. It's a psychological conflict. If you can see your way through it in your mind without the conflict or the harshness of verbality, I guess I'm creating my own word there, without arguments, without heated debates, without having to swing your arm, without actual physical or verbal fighting. I face on a regular basis because of anxieties. These anxieties are created by insecurities from my past. And I made it through today because I thought when I saw that we were starting to get busy, that my insecurities about my inabilities and things like that were going to cause me to falter and slow down. I didn't. I made it through the day. I was able to keep up and not get frustrated because of the amount of things that was going on, and I had to keep up with things like that. I made it through. Now, I can't always go, this is what I did to make it through. I just go, I made it through. Let's try to remember what I did. All right. What I was going through mentally to make it through. And I figured it was partially, I cleared my mind. I cleared my mind and focused on the job at hand. I was able to deal with phone call orders from people coming in through the pickup door instead of the main door. Just, all the different things that had to be done. Now, if I can keep that momentum going and keep that mindset while at work, I won't have any issues. I'll make it through my day without one little hiccup. But every day is different, so every day has a different situation. And that's what I believe I'm learning from this passage alone. Now, each individual person is different, so each individual person has to find their own way to deal with what you have to face. And I hope you find your way. I really do. All right, stepping away from the Bible. Last night I had a very good live feed. I've had some comments that are, they were, the ones that were actually in the comment box after the fact of those of you who either missed it or decided to wait until afterwards to rewatch it and put your comments in. They were constructive. They were actually one particular person had some very good ideas, and I'm going to try to use those ideas. I got to remember to use what Jerry told me about putting hashtags at the bottom of my videos, because a lot of people will write down what they're searching for, and if you have a hashtag and what they're looking for matches the hashtag, it will direct them towards the videos. That's a little bit of advice from my wife. That's also advice for anybody who wants to attempt to create their own YouTube channel, which, hey, it's a form of entertainment, it's a form of education, it's a form of just various people's lifestyles or what's going on in their lives. Now, I started this video just because I was curious to see what would happen. And Surprisingly enough, my channel went in directions I did not think it was going to go into. I did not realize how many people would want to see somebody like me, an ordinary average Joe, do cooking videos or Bible chat videos or just generalized what's going on in my life type videos. And a lot of the responses and a lot of you who stuck with me have, I don't know if I should say beneficial to me or beneficial to my family, but it's been a very fun and interesting trip. And I look forward to continue on and see what's going on. So I'm thankful you guys have stuck with me. In fact, I'm actually very thankful that this channel is growing in the way it's growing. Now I've had to deal with a lot of ups and downs, but you know what? That's life. Life is full of ups and downs. There's no just straight and narrow without some sort of hill or twist and turn. And thankfully, not that much backtracking, except for, I made a couple mistakes and I had to deal with that in whatever way I felt was necessary. For the most part, it was basically, a couple apologies to those who seemed a little hurt or taken back by some of the things I've said. And I've tried to explain myself. It's a combination of I sometimes speak my mind without thinking, and I don't have social graces. I mean, I was raised in an environment where you spoke your mind, and if somebody did not exactly like what you had to say, it was kind of like one of those, do I apologize or do I just sit there and look at them and go, if you got a problem with what I said, that's on you, not me, because you're the one who's taking it someplace I probably did not mean to. But I've learned my lesson. I'm trying not to be so don't know if I want to say abrasive or ornery. Probably both. Now it's been a long time since I've said it or talked anything about my my past. I think last time I left off was right before I started high school or right around high school. If anybody has any desire to learn more or hear more, I can try to put that in. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a kind of like a pattern where like one day I'll talk about my diet, my health, and what's going on with that, and then another day I'll try to do like a Bible verse or something like that, and then the next day I will either go back to the diet stuff, bounce back and forth between diet and Bible. Maybe a third day I'll do life log or just whatever, a talk. But I'm trying to mix it up. I'm trying to learn different things and different patterns and whatnot. Your input has been beneficial. There are certain things that I have issues with doing, but what I'm thinking about doing, because I know a couple of people asked about doing a video with Nordic Way recipes, and I'm going to start out, I might do a video later on tonight that I'll schedule for a different time, but I'm thinking about starting small, like egg sandwich or something along that line, but we'll see. I know it's been a while since I've done a cook with me. Mom made a suggestion today that made me think. We have so many cookbooks and recipes and whatnot that I may be able to, with some help from Jerry Ann when she gets home, adjust a couple of those recipes to be more health friendly or health conscious. I actually did a online test. It was basically a questionnaire from one of the health websites that I was looking at for healthy recipes. And it was a questionnaire that asked you 3 different categories, and it asked you, I can't remember how many questions per category, but what they do is they take information that you give them, like your current health situation, your current weight, your current diet, your desired weight or your desired fitness, whatever, and then it asks you, lifestyle basically. Like, do you exercise? How much time do you spend playing on the computer, watching TV, or how much time do you spend sitting? Do you have a sedentary lifestyle or an active lifestyle? Things like that. And then it comes up with a suggested dietary plan. And when I did it, it came up paleo. And I went, I don't know nothing about paleo. I'm going to have to read up on it. I talked to Jerry about it, and she goes, oh, yeah, paleo is basically ancient grains, meats, certain kinds of fruits and vegetables, no processed foods, no artificial type stuff. And I went, well, I kind of already am trying to eat that way already, so maybe I should. And anyhow, it's one of the things that I may or may not look into depending on Jerry Ann's needs, because I'm trying to think of a way to incorporate my needs, wants, desires, Jerry's needs, wants, and desires, and Mom's needs, wants, and desires. Thankfully, right now, Mom has been pretty much on board with what I've been eating from the Nordic Way book. So she's changing, her appetite's changing, her tastes are changing. My appetites and tastes and whatnot are changing. Jerry's pretty much open to just about anything as long as it does not cause her blood sugars or anything like that to spike. So it's just getting the 3 of us together to talk now. So anyhow, I have talked way too long. So I'm going to sign off and get this on the web, YouTube, however you want to put it. So hopefully I'll be doing another Bible session soon. I'm actually going to try to make a bunch of different videos the next couple days. So while I'm gone in Texas, I can just have it all scheduled and put in. So we'll see how that goes. So until next time, God bless. Have a good day. Keep fighting the good fight. Bye.